What's going on, you guys? We got the key to this V10 Audi S6. This engine is straight out of the Lamborghini Gallardo, and it's the 5.2, not the 5.0. Let's go for a drive in this thing and see how it does. So the 5.2 liter V10 that's in this car makes 435 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque. And for 2010, those were awesome numbers. Another thing that makes this car unbelievably special is that I would put my life savings on the fact that a car like this will never, ever be made again. A V10 engine inside of a sedan. That was something that Audi and BMW did. Sir, you're in the middle of the road. That is what was that? That's something that Audi and BMW did, you know, in the late 2000s and 10 roughly, or well, I guess 2010. And oh man, what a special time in the car industry. I mean, everything's going electric now. I hope to God that, you know, a lot of car manufacturers stick with the gasoline engines, because without those, well, cars just wouldn't be the same. And so today is a very special day because we get our hands on one of the coolest cars ever made. This is an undercover Lamborghini Gallardo. If you look at the exterior of this car, well, in my opinion, it is not attractive at all when you compare that to a Lamborghini Gallardo especially, but it's so cool. This is a car enthusiast vehicle to the max. But hey, let's take a listen to this engine, that exhaust note, and see how it does in the corners as well. This car has 6 piston brakes in the front, 4 piston brakes in the back. It weighs around 4,300 pounds. The 0 to 60 is claimed to be 4.7 seconds, which I'll do a real test on the road in my review video. Is this car fast? It's not crazy fast. It's just exotic. It also has all-wheel drive, so this thing really lets you put the power down in the corners. But again, it's 4,300 pounds. This ain't a cornering car. I just love throwing the weight around, even heavy cars. I think they're fun to use in the corners. You just gotta be careful and know the limits of the car. Let's downshift a little bit, come around this corner, and let's go. Oh my gosh. This is a car I never thought we'd ever be able to put on this channel, and here we are. You know, some people may look at this and be like, that's not a cool car at all. Well then, are you really a car person? That's my follow-up question to something like that. Probably the craziest thing about these cars is that you can get one for between $20,000 to $30,000. A Lamborghini V10 5.2 liter beast. However, though, they are extremely hard to find, and the cost of ownership, if something breaks, is not a fun time at all. For example, if the engine breaks and you need a new engine, that's going to run you up, you know, up to $25,000. If you have transmission issues and you need a new one of those, that could run you up to $8,000. If your center brake light goes out, which this one is currently having an issue with that, it's going to run you up $2,000. Now, this is one of those cars where if you don't have a lot of money, but you want to have the experience, just let those issues rack up, and just, as long as the engine works and the transmission works, drive it. I mean, that's what I would do with this car, because no way would I be able to afford the cost of ownership if anything serious goes wrong reliability-wise. But nonetheless, I mean, this is a must-experience car for any car enthusiast, because this is so unbelievably rare. Other than the BMW M5s and M6s that have the V10s in them, there's this, and unless I'm missing something, that's the only V10 sedan I can think of at the moment. And again, never will we see one of these again. And so I believe that especially lower mileage ones, they should be a collector's item for sure. I could only imagine what the prices of these will be in 20 to 30 years when everything I really am hesitant to say this. I hope this doesn't happen, but if everything goes electric, a V10 in a sedan, that's gonna be a very, very special thing. Let's take a listen to that exhaust again. That is so cool. What would you guys choose? The V10 M5/M6 or the V10 Audi S6? I do know they're not the same engine, by the way. The V10s and the M5s and M6s, they sound a lot more high pitch. But when you listen to the sound that this S6 makes, you feel the Lamborghini in it. Right when I went under a tunnel, when I first picked this thing up and floored it through the tunnel, I mean, I had an eargasm. It was like, holy crap, this is the closest I'll ever get to a Lamborghini. If we ever do get our hands on a Lamborghini, guys, that's the day that, well, my childhood dreams would come true. I have never even touched a Lamborghini, but hey, this is damn close. And I mean, it basically is. Sure, it doesn't have the looks. It's a little less power. It doesn't rev quite as high, but it makes this noise. I can see why BMW and Audi did this, because Germans, this would be the ultimate Autobahn car. Going on a road with no speed limit and just letting the V10 rev out until you can't no more. The top speed on this car is 155 miles an hour. That would be the most addicting experience in the world. And that's what I would do in the morning. Wake up, no coffee. I mean, I don't even need breakfast. I would just let the nutrients of the V10 give me all the vitamins and minerals through my ears. I will say right away that this car is faster than it feels. It's very surprising to me. It doesn't really throw you back in your seat because it's this slow but also relatively aggressive linear building engine. But then you look down and you're like, wait a second, that's not how fast I meant to go, and it doesn't feel like you're going that fast. Again, German cars, seems like they're definitely engineered for the Autobahn. You just don't even know you're going 130 miles an hour, but you are. And to talk about this interior for a second, well, it's a 2010 interior. I do like a lot of the carbon fiber touches that you get on the center console. You have some on your dash, you have some on your door panels. This very, very old school infotainment system. Surprisingly enough, this thing has Bluetooth, but it's only for calls. It is not for music, which is okay. The owner of this car listens to classic rock, and that's exactly what I listen to the whole way on this drive here. Because, well, he's also the one that owns the Porsche Cayman. And I don't know, it's funny to see how every type of car owner has a taste in music that matches the car. The Scat Pack owner had rap music, I was blasting that. Whatever the owners of these cars have on when I get into it, that's what I listen to, because it fits the vibe of the car perfectly. Let's floor it in first gear. Ready? Yeah, when you're between 6,000 and 7,000 RPM, that's where I just want to live at. I wish the gearbox was set up so that when you shift, you're at like 5.5 rather than 5. But it is kind of fun. You have to earn it. You have to earn that high pitch. Well, it's not very high pitch, but that beautiful V10 sound and the power. The power is really at 6 to 7. Anything below that, it's really not that exciting. But that's okay. You know, it's a 4,300 pound car, and it's really just sitting in here is like you're sitting in a piece of history. And history is exactly what this car is. But to jump back into this interior, this is a very quirky interior. For example, the sunroof has like 11 levels. So that's level 1. And you can keep on going and going and going with it. You can open it 10% of the way, 20% of the way, 30% of the way. The heated seats in here all have 6 levels as well. You get heated seats for the driver, the passenger, and both of the backseat passengers. And those have 6 levels of heat as well. Why do you need that? I don't know. But it's just, again, very quirky. This thing has valet mode in 2010. That's super cool. The glove box is a electronic button, I believe. And I don't know, a lot of the tech stuff in here is very concerning, because if stuff breaks, again, if everything's reliant on electrical stuff and technology, yeah, I would rather have a lot of manual stuff in older cars so that it's not going to be as breakable. This car is known for having electrical issues. That is exactly what the owner said, and that is exactly some of the problems that this car is currently experiencing. Guys, this car that we're in right now has 98,000 miles on it. But it drives great, it sounds great, it feels great. There's 3 warning lights that pop up. Tire pressure sensors, the center brake light, and then one other one that I can't remember. Not major issues, but yeah, just expensive to fix. Like I said though, as long as this engine runs, as long as the transmission works, it's gonna put a smile on my face as well as everyone else. Question for you guys: if you had $25,000 to spend on a car, would you take the risk on buying this? From what I've read, it's apparently above average in reliability, which was kind of surprising to me. It's just it's that what if something breaks. I mean, I don't believe there is a cooler car you can get for this price range, a car that is more enthusiastic and appealing to car people than this. Pull up to a car show in this, and if you don't have people talking to you and respecting you, then they just don't know cars like that. Let's do another poll real quick. So let me know, what do you guys think about this? Would you ever own one? I bet a lot of you are gonna say no, but try to get your hands on one and drive one. And I am very happy that is not me. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I seriously appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. I think I have one of the lowest subscribe to unsubscribe viewer ratios in the entirety of YouTube. So if you could help me fix that, I would appreciate it so much. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.